Links provide a way for you to add a connection from your website to either other pages on your web server or to pages elsewhere on the internet on someone else's web server. The name of the link tag is called an anchor, and I'm going to first demo how to create a page link from one page to another on your same website. So here with Live Server running, I have my index page or my home page, and I have a second page here that just has some similar information. And what I want to do in this index page here under section 1 right here is I want to add some clickable text using an anchor tag that when clicked will switch the user to view this web page, and then here provide another link to go back to the main page. So we add an anchor tag, so that is an A tag, and the first element needed here is the reference to where the page is located, so that when clicked the browser knows where to switch to find the HTML page to render. In the double quotes here, because I'm going to access this page that's in the same directory here, I'm just going to type in /, and that means here in the same directory, and then the name of the page, including HTML at the end. So that now lets the browser know what page to load up. Now I need to provide some text that will be displayed on the web browser for the user to know that there's a place to click to go to another page. So I can provide something that's a little bit more human understandable here, such as okay. When I save this, we have this new element here. An A tag is, of course, something that can be styled here in CSS. Since I have no styles, this is the default style. So one thing to notice here is that it is underlined in blue. This is a default indication of the text being a link that is clickable. And in addition, when you hover the mouse over that clickable area, you'll see that it changes shape to indicate that this is a link. Now, when I click on this link, you can see that it loaded my second page. You can even see up here in the address bar, page 2, and that is exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, I can go use the back button and get back here, but it would be more useful for a user when they're on this page to get back to the main page. So I will add another reference here, and I will put it underneath the horizontal rule. And that is index HTML, the name of the page, and close that. And then I'll put some text in to indicate to the user where this clicking on this link will take them. Clicking on that will take back here, and now the user can switch back and forth. So they can look here, go here to get some more information. When they're done, they can go back and see the page, go back to where they started and continue reading the information. Now, what really makes the internet powerful, and the World Wide Web in particular powerful, is that besides linking to your own content, your own web pages, you can also link to other web pages and other websites that are out there. And using the same anchor tag, but providing a different href URL here, the user can click on a link on my page and be taken to a whole nother website to show a page that they also may be interested in. So I'm going to go back here to index, and I'm going to, under section 2 here, create another anchor tag. And for this one, I'm going to use another website that you may recognize. I'm going to type it all out. I'm just going to paste it. I copied it from somewhere else. But you can see there's a lot more information here, including HTTPS. This tells the browser what the information on the other site is formatted as, in this case HTTP or web pages. It gives the location of the web server here, catalog.hancockcollege.edu, and then the location drilling down into current courses and then CS folders to find the page we're interested in. Now you'll notice that there is no HTML file name here, and that is because browsers, if they're not provided an HTTP or a HTML page, will look for a couple of standard or default ones, including index.html. And that, in fact, is why we start with our main page in our project's title or named index.html, because that is a internet convention or a web page convention. So I don't need to provide a name here if I happen to know that the page is one of those default names. Now, before finishing this link, let's go take a look. It looks like I've already got it open. So here is the address. And you can see there's one of those default names, index.php. Now we don't have to know what that is. The folks that keep the Hancock web servers running and updated have chosen this name. Unfortunately, they chose a default one, so we don't have to worry about that. But this is the page that we're going to, when the user clicks on a link, they're going to end up on this page. So let's finish this. I can close this tag and then put some clickable text here, which is and when I save this and switch back here, we can see that we have now this new link. If I hover it over, you can see down here at the very bottom of my web browser, you can see the address it's going to go to. And when I click on it, in my same tab, it opens up that web page. I can navigate around here. Now, I can't change this page, so this is why browsers have a back button, is when I'm done looking at this and I want to get back to where I was, I use the back button and it will take me back to my page. I can put things like another link here on this page because this is my page. But when it comes to this page, I don't have any control over it. So the back button is the only way to get back to where you started. Now, it may be the case that I don't want the contents of this page to be shown over the top of my current page, so that I have to use the back button. So I can make a change to this link to cause it to tell it, the browser, to open this link in a separate tab, leaving my tab intact. That is another parameter, and that goes right here at the end, and that parameter is target. And in this case, the thing I want to do is underscore blank. That informs the web browser that before opening this link, create a new tab and then start there. So when I save, nothing changes visually on the page, but when I click on this link, you can see a new tab opened and my tab is still here. So when the user is done reading this page, they can close the page and go back to where they started. As I mentioned earlier, the browser is using default styling for the links. You may have noticed from earlier, these were blue, and since I've clicked on them, they've turned purple. That's a pretty standard behavior in links to indicate to the user they've already clicked on this link. Doesn't mean they can't click on it again, but it just gives them a little visual information that they've already clicked on this one. On a page with a lot of links, that's helpful to know where you've already been and other things that you haven't seen yet. Now we can add styling in to change the appearance of the link, both what it looks like before it's clicked, what it looks like after it's clicked, what it looks like when it's hovered, and also what it looks like when we click but haven't released yet. You can see it changes to red there. Okay, and the W3 schools CSS links page has some great information, including how to change those properties, but also how to make your links look like buttons if you want. So, these look like standard program buttons you can click on, but they're actually just links with some styling applied to change, change these behaviors. The basic ones here are the 4 states, the link before it's been clicked or unvisited. A visited link, we can change the look of that link after it's been clicked on, what it looks like when we hover over it, and what it looks like when it's active or when it's clicked but hasn't been released just yet. So here are some standards. I put those into my CSS, and when I save this, we're going to see some changes here. We can see that the first one, there we go. Now I've already clicked on both of these and the web browser knows that, so it applied the green color. If I were to go here and let's say I was to copy this, add another link, but just, let's say just go to Hancock. Just to the Hancock main page. So this is going to be a new link and it should be unvisited when I save. So we can see here that it's red and I have unvisited link set to red. I guess I could put a little space in there. Okay, so it's red. When I hover it over it, it turns pink. Then that is for the hover event. When I click on it, but I haven't let go of the mouse button yet, you can see it's blue, so that follows the active. And then when I release and I go to that web page back here on my main page, it's now turned green. So it's gone through all those different color changes. And as I said earlier, besides color changes, which are kind of the standard indication, you can also go through and play with lots of other CSS styles like background color. You can see there's quite a bit to making it look like a button, but you can put this style into your link, into your CSS for an anchor, and have it look like a button, and can get quite complex. So anyway, you can make your buttons look a little bit more to your liking using CSS.